So as someone who has both a Steam Deck and a PlayStation Portal, is just having this PlayStation Portal even worth it? Something that I want to cover here with another video for you guys is that I recently got a PlayStation Portal after having this Steam Deck for I think a little over a year now. When the PlayStation Portal actually was announced, I was kind of iffy on it just because I can do basically the same thing on my Steam Deck. And that's something a lot of you guys in my last review went over with the comments. I do have this Portal right now that I got during that 30th anniversary collection. And honestly, guys, I dropped a review on it, got a lot of love from you guys. And, you know, I'm super thankful for that. But I love this thing. I really do. Once I was able to fix up kind of the issue here, getting my PlayStation hooked up directly into my mesh system, that solved almost all of my issues with the PlayStation Portal. You know, if you are curious about how I feel about this thing in general, I do have a video that I will be linking as well. Definitely check it out. Let me know how you feel. But I know that this type of video is really going to be like a apples to oranges comparison, right? I mean, I am a handheld freaking freak. I really am. Like, I have this, I have the Steam Deck, I've got the Portal, I've got a Switch. I looked into those little emulators that you see on TikTok. I mean, I don't know what it is about just like taking things on the go. And the wild part is I just play all this shit at home, but I love this stuff. I really do. And what really held me off from buying this PlayStation Portal when it was first announced was that I was already running all of this stuff on my Steam Deck. So I was actually streaming my PlayStation games here. This is something that is possible with a app that you'll configure. But again, what I do want to cover here, guys, was did I blow $200? You know, did I fall victim into the consumer thing, right? And just buy something that's practically unnecessary. So I do want to put these things head to head. Mainly this video is going to be for anybody that owns a Steam Deck, right? Is it going to be worth ever getting a Portal? Is it even worth it? And if you own a Portal, right, I hope I could convince you to get a Steam Deck, because honestly, Steam Decks are awesome. So I do want to start off by letting you guys know that, you know, I do cover gaming reviews, previews, tip videos. Appreciate the love on the last video. You guys helped a lot. Drop a like, hit the subscribe if you like stuff like this. And let's just get started. I want to start talking about the Steam Deck. So I'm going to give you guys a quick overview on this device and what makes it really cool. So think of the Steam Deck as like a portable PC. You know, I switched over to PC gaming and just building up a Steam collection. And having this thing has just been a game changer. I know there's a lot of different ones like the ROG Ally, which I also had prior to this one until it broke. Whole different video, you know, comment below if you guys are curious. But yeah, just whole different story there. But these things are really cool. I mean, it's like having a laptop without really needing, you know, the whole bulkiness or taking a laptop around. You have access to your Steam library. The only thing that you are limited by is going to be the hardware. So it's not like the most powerful device. It really isn't. And this is the LCD. I don't have the OLED. So convince me, please, to get an OLED. Kind of curious. Been kind of wanting one, but, you know, let me know. But yeah, the hardware is really going to be the limiting factor here, because the thing is that, you know, you are held back by the processing power of this Steam Deck. You know, it's not that strong graphically, and you're going to have to be making some like tweaks and tinkering to get this thing rolling. So if you are a PC gamer, you're probably familiar with this kind of stuff. You jump into the graphic settings and you tweak things. I use a specific site that gives me kind of just all the graphical settings on most of the games that I'm interested in. I will put that actually in the description for anyone that is interested. But yeah, you basically have your entire Steam library on the go, literally on the go. You know, you don't need to be connected to the internet kind of to use it. It runs really, really well with just like really low res games. Like I've put a ton of hours into like Dave the Diver, which is awesome game, by the way, on the Steam Deck. You're able to emulate, which is, in my opinion, one of the biggest selling factors here. I mean, I'm able to play Ocarina of Time on this, all the Pokemon games. Easy, really easy to get going if you're interested in emulating on this thing. And it's honestly a huge selling point when it comes to it. On top of that, you know, you're able to go into like this desktop mode and download different things, including the emulator, Xbox Game Pass if you want to play Game Pass on here. And then you're also able to download something called Chiaki. And what Chiaki is that this connects to your PlayStation and lets you remote play on your Steam Deck, essentially turning this thing into a PlayStation Portal, right? So again, thus begs the question, what do I need a PlayStation Portal for if I've got one of these? So to dive into how Chiaki works, it's actually really simple, really easy to get going. There's some guides online. I was able to do mine just with a quick YouTube video with someone's tutorial. And then there is a setting that you're gonna have to change, I think, with like your Wi-Fi and your router, just to get you able to turn on your PlayStation remotely and kind of play. So easy to do. no big deal. And it really runs smoothly, guys. Honestly, it really does. The only way I was actually able to beat that Final Fantasy game, the second remake this year, was that I was able to play this thing, right? I was able to play it in bed. I played it on break, sometimes at work, and it runs great. It really does. It's intermittent here and there, but again, that really relies on your Wi-Fi, right? So again, if your PlayStation is plugged in, and if it's not plugged in, like I said in my other video, you know, I'm plugged into a mesh system right now. It's not the best, but it'll do until I get things sorted out. But that really fixes a lot of the issues that you get into when it comes to just like that whole remote play aspect, right? Besides being able to do everything the Portal does, you have access to all, you know, an entire Steam library that you can just like stream here. So if I guess if you leave your PC on, which I don't really like to do, but you can go to your couch and stream any of the PC games that won't run on your Steam Deck. The trackpads, by the way, really awesome feature to have. Can't, you know, picture gaming on like some of these PC games without it. They're a game changer. The screen, at least in my opinion, I mean, it's an LCD screen. I think it's like a 700 or 800 by something. It's not a 1080p screen. It's not the greatest, but it's also not the worst. You can kind of just like adjust the colors and fix the vibrancy there. But at the end of the day, this is a very cool multi-function thing. I mean, you're getting PC games, Game Pass games. You're able to connect to like, the Epic Games store and play your games there. You're able to connect to Battle.net. I was playing a lot of Diablo on this thing. And then on top of that, I mean, emulator and being able to stream for your freaking PlayStation 5. So it's an amazing device. The only thing here is that you're looking at a higher cost. You're looking at, I think, around $400 just to get in, which is double the price of a PlayStation Portal. But again, I mean, you're getting a lot more than just being able to stream your games. So now jumping into the PlayStation Portal aspect of this whole thing and putting these head to head. So you're able to stream your PS5 games on here, and that's the main purpose of this thing. But there has been an update here that allows you to go into your PlayStation Premium and stream the cloud games. What's really cool here about the whole cloud streaming is you're not limited by a PS5. You don't need a PS5. You can actually buy one of these things for $200, subscribe for like $17 a month, or whatever the yearly cost is, cancel whenever, right? If you just want to play a few games here and there, and just stream games. You're able to dip your toes into the PS5 library, or at least the 120 games that they've offering right now, which is supposed to grow, and just try things out. I think it's an awesome device for cloud streaming. I think the cloud streaming runs really well. I mean, just as well as like the Game Pass streaming that happens on the Steam Deck. But right here, you're really just limited to just PS5 and cloud streaming. That's it. No other stuff. You're not able to play any of your PC games. It's not fully portable device. I mean, cloud streaming kind of made it more portable than it is. But again, you're going to need Wi-Fi here. You're going to need a good Wi-Fi connection to stream these cloud games. You're also going to need a really good Wi-Fi, at least home Wi-Fi or connection, to be able to stream your PS5 games, at least away from home as well. So it's all reliant on your Wi-Fi. So you're probably thinking why I bought a PlayStation Portal. And I'm going to be real, guys. I'm a buyer, man. I like to buy shit. Gamers, we like to buy shit. We really do. Respect to anyone that has a little more self-control than me. But, when there's new devices like this, especially when you drop this really cool gray color, I had to. I really did. And I was just thinking to myself, I'll try it out. I don't like it. Sell it. Get rid of it. I can go back to the Steam Deck. And honestly, guys, to give you kind of just like my pros and cons here when it comes to having both, you do get a lot more with the Steam Deck when it comes to just bang for buck, right? You do have to spend more to get more. But at the end of the day, I really enjoy gaming on this thing. I truly do. It's just like playing on a PlayStation controller. You've got the haptic feedback right here on the triggers that you don't get on the Steam Deck. The screen is a 1080p screen. It's brighter. It's better. It pops. I mean, at first you might think it's an OLED screen. It's not. And I don't know how that fares against the Steam Deck OLED. So let me know, in the comments if you guys have both. But yeah, the experience here is just a lot better. And I feel like if you have that $200 to spare, right? And if you want kind of like a dedicated Sony device, it makes sense. It really does. Especially if like something like a Steam Deck is just out of your price range right now. It does. It's kind of like a jack of all trades type of device. You do buy it and you're able to kind of just do a lot of things on it. But this thing just really excels. I mean, if I look at the cloud streaming, it's only available on the PlayStation Portal for the premium subscription. Odds are they're going to find ways to put it on the Steam Deck if they haven't already. But, when it comes to streaming your PS5 games, it did just as well. I honestly rarely noticed a difference. I put both head to head. It was honestly the exact same, guys. My eyes could not tell a difference. It felt fine. It really did. It's just one device felt in my hands a lot better than the other. And it felt like it was tailor made for this thing versus the other one. You've got to put apps on it kind of to set it up and then get it going. And, you know, you could save yourself $200 doing that. So to kind of sum things up for you guys, if I had to choose a winner here, like a clear, definite winner that I would buy, it is going to be the Steam Deck, honestly. And I said in the beginning, this is an apples to oranges conversation, right? The Steam Deck is the orange. It's a completely different device. It does a lot more. And at the end of the day, you're getting practically the same experience off of this thing. In saying that, do I regret having a PlayStation Portal? Absolutely not, guys. Absolutely not. At the end of the day, I feel like if you can afford both, if you have the convenience or you just like to buy shit like me, at the end of the day, it is an awesome device to have. It really is. I don't really use the Chiaki on my Steam Deck anymore, and there's just no reason to. The experience on the Portal, especially now with the cloud streaming, in my opinion, is better. It's a better screen. You've got the haptics for the triggers, so it feels a little bit more like you are playing a PS5. So it kind of comes down to like the money factor here. If you're willing, you know, to spend more and you want to be able to play some PC games, like I was playing Baldur's Gate on mine. I mean, I was playing Cyberpunk, which runs really well, by the way. There's a lot of Steam Deck verified games that you can kind of jump into. And of course, I mean, Steam has a ton of sales, so you're able to just like add to that backlog. You know, like I said, gamers, we just like to buy shit and just not play. But yeah, at the end of the day, if I had to pick one, if I really did, and just money completely not a factor, Steam Deck 100%. But, you know, if money is a factor, right? $200 to just get right in and be able to stream your, you know, your PlayStation 5 games anywhere, you know, away from the house. It's honestly not that bad. It really isn't, especially now with the cloud streaming. If you do want to just kind of like dip your toes into it and do have like a dedicated device for this type of thing, I think it's also, you know, an awesome value for $200. I don't think it's like too expensive. I don't think it's that big of a deal for some people. I mean, I've heard people use things like the backbone or their phones and things like that. But honestly, guys, I do too much shit on my phone as it is. So having just like this separate device, I stopped using Chiaki. I really did. As easy as Chiaki is to set up, as seamless as it is, you know, connecting to your PS5 and being able to play, you know, Balatro or Metaphor on my Steam Deck or even God of War, it just feels a lot better on the PlayStation Portal. So if you made it this far, guys, I appreciate you for sticking around. That's basically going to be, you know, my thoughts on just owning both devices and just letting you guys know if I regret my $200 purchase. To be honest, I don't. I really don't. I enjoy the thing. If you own both devices, drop a comment. Let me know how you feel about it, right? I mean, I've seen some people say, yeah, I got the Portal, went back to the Steam Deck, returned my Portal or sold it. Let me know. I'm actually curious, you know, what happened and why you guys did what you did. Again, if you made it this far, guys, I really appreciate you. Our last video did awesome. I mean, I am amazed at how well it did. I am super thankful for each and every one of you guys. You know, we've been growing a lot after that last video. And, you know, I'm just super happy that you guys enjoyed it. So again, drop a like if you like it. Hit subscribe. I'm going to be dropping more content. I think Marvel Rivals is out and I've been playing just the shit out of that game. I love it. Path of Exile is also out, so I'll be making a video on that, as well as Indiana Jones. So it is crazy right now. It really is, you know, trying to end the year strong. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.